Hi, uh, we're going to make cinnamon, honey cinnamon butter. It's a Texas Roadhouse copycat recipe. Um, I had technical difficulty and I started it and it didn't film. So I was going to show you the bowl without the ingredients, but we'll start all over. Okay, so this is the mixing bowl. This is the smallest one. It holds 8 cups. Um, when I first heard about the mixing bowls, I thought, nah, they can't really make better mixing bowls. But yep, they're better. So this is, they're stainless steel. They have the pour spout on it, and they have this handle here that you can hold on to help keep it still. Plus, I don't think I can show you with the ingredients. The bottom has a rubber bottom on it, and it stays real still. And it's weighted, so it's got a really good weight, so it doesn't move around while you're mixing and stuff. And it also has lids that fit, and they seal really, really well. It's like if you need to, put it in the refrigerator for later or whatever. And um, so those are really nice. It comes in a set of 3. This is the smallest one, and they're really good. Now, so the recipe, I've already put 2 sticks of butter. Oh, I'm going to show you my little tip. We saved butter wrappers to use as fire starters. They work really, really well. We also save any paper towels that we cleaned up grease with. And if you get meat, buy meat and it has parchment paper, like between patties or something like that, um, and um, and the parchment patty, say, so the parchment paper that comes like in meat like that, really great fire starters. So if you got a fireplace or a fire pit or go camping a lot, we can just keep them in a Ziploc bag and we can access them when we need it. So there's 2 cups of butter, and there's a 1/4 cup of honey. Now I'm using honey now. I'll probably make some more with allulose in it just to keep the carbs down. But honey is lower glycemic, but it's just, but I'm just making it as the recipe right now. But you can make modifications to it. And then, so 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 cup of honey, and I've got this Saigon cinnamon. I ordered turmeric because I needed it. I wanted to make some capsules. It's cheaper to buy the spice and make capsules than it was to, substantially cheaper than to buy the capsules already made. So when they sent it, it was the cinnamon, and it's Saigon cinnamon, and I just thought I should look it up, and I'm glad I did, because you can't take Saigon cinnamon medicinally. It can cause problems, I think, with the liver and other things if you take it if you eat it, like a lot of it, like medicinally. So Ceylon cinnamon is usually the one that they use medicinally, but I can use it for cooking here and there, and the so just little pointers of things. So this other ingredient is my homemade vanilla, but you don't have to do homemade, obviously. And so if I've got it one of my tincture bottles. If I do one, this partial dropper full is about 1/4 of a teaspoon, and I'm using a 1/2 teaspoon in here. So it's just close measurements. That's all. And it does call for a teaspoon of salt. That's a lot. And I have salted butter, so I'm not adding any salt. And I'll taste it and see if it needs salt. Gary does not like a lot of salt in his food. I like tons and tons of salt in my food. And so, that's, so I just won't put any salt. And I forgot to talk about this. This is called the Mix and Masher. Love this thing. Love it. It's one of my favorite Pampered Chef tools. It basically, it's like a potato masher, but you just go in, you can mash things, and that curve of it gets around the edge of the bowl. And so now I think recipes I saw were saying use your mixer. I mean, that's a lot of cleaning. That's a lot of cleaning to do. in my opinion, to even I don't have a handheld, but even then, so and it's just so easy to mix together. So I just used a mix and masher, um, and this thing is wonderful for doing deviled eggs. And I need to start doing those on a regular basis. We try to eat eggs every day, um, even though the chickens aren't laying right now, and they're about ready to serve another purpose. Let's just say, but it's winter. You know, they don't lay in the winter, but they're old. Anyway, so I'm just going to mix this up now. I mix, a lot of the reasons to use the mixer is to make a to make it, to whip it, to make it fluffy. I don't really have a need or desire to have it be whipped. We're gonna use it to butter popcorn with. We're gonna try it at least. It might be, portions might be off or something like that, but we don't know. I might want more butter, but that's the goal with this one. So you get all those liquids in there, and it's pretty soft. If you wanted it not as thick, um, and I'm just trying this, so I don't know how hard it gets if I refrigerate it. But the you could use powdered sugar instead of honey, or powdered. My sweeteners are allulose and monk fruit, and I can stick them in my NutriBullet or my Pampered Chef blender, and make powdered sugar out of either dry monk fruit or the allulose, and I also have some dry extract that's just concentrated, and then also I have some allulose syrup and some monk fruit squeezed bottle stuff. I just wanted to sweeten it with those, and you could try it with brown sugar. I make brown sugar with I mix some molasses in with I use evaporated cane juice or the allulose to make brown sugar with. And the allulose is a great sweetener because it's great. It doesn't affect your blood sugar. It's also it's a superfood, and it's got a lot of benefits. It's not just I used to love Splenda. I still love Splenda because it makes sweet tea taste so good. But there's all these things about talking about how studies showing that it depletes gut health, and that's what my main goal is right now is just healing my gut. So I don't want to risk that, and so allulose is made from figs and other types of fruit. It's natural, and you can caramelize. It'll caramelize. I haven't tried to do it, but I will try it on my sweet potato casserole this year. And so anyway, I really mixed this up enough. So what I'll do is I'll put it. I've got these wide mouth half pint jars that are, they're low. I should show y'all some point. And then I'll put it in there, and then have it ready. Anytime you want anything with honey butter or cinnamon butter. Of course, at the restaurant it goes on the rolls, but I'm sure there's lots more than popcorn and rolls that you can use it for. So anyway, so that's the mix and masher staple in my kitchen, and the mixing bowls. And I will make sure that there's instructions with the recipe in the description, a link or written out somehow. All right, thanks a lot. Bye.